Chapter 4. The H-Hunters appear. No, I still don't own Mega Man X, and Capcom would rip me a new one for even suggesting that I could own it. Civitan Park. X and Ilya had decided for their picnic to go to the nicest, cleanest park in Mega City, Civitan Park. The two of them in their human forms found a nice spot under the shade of a large oak tree, and Ilya spread out a blanket and started unpacking the picnic supplies. Meanwhile, X lay back and worried about how Zero and X were doing on their mission. Feeling bad that while they were out doing Dutch's work, he was out in the park relaxing, enjoying life. Spot looked at the blue bomber and could see his brow burrow deep in thought, and she had a pretty good idea of what he was thinking about. Come on, X, don't let bother you too much. I'm sure X and Zero will manage just fine. They are two of our 3 best hunters, they said, trying to improve X's spirits a little. X looked over Elliot before sitting up with a small sigh. I guess you're right, but I can only imagine how things would turn if a fight breaks out, X said with a grin. Ayla finished getting everything unpacked and set up for them, then moved over to sit beside her new boyfriend. What do you mean? Ayla asked. She will be all, I'm not afraid of you, come on and attack me if you dare. His chest all puffed out and serious-like, and X will be floundering, trying to figure out what weapon to use while trying to avoid the enemy attacks that are sitting his way and looking like a general clown, X said. X knew that none of this was true. He just wanted to see Ayla smile and hear her laugh. The image she got in her head based on what X had made her do those very things, because it was actually humorous, especially his poor imitation of Zero. You have a beautiful laugh, X said, never really noticing it before, despite having heard a laugh a number of times in the past. Thank you, she said, blushing so red that she looked like a tomato. You can tell we're new to this relationship thing, the Azure Hunter said, seemingly at random. How so? He asked. Well, the only person I've ever had to trust is Zero. He has been with me since the start of all of this, and all the two of us have ever known is fighting, X said. The power stared at him intently, wanting him to finish. As I've already told you, my biggest goal is world peace, a world where reptiles and humans can finally live together in harmony. As such, I secluded myself from everyone except Zero, and even X after we got on better terms. But you, I wanted to keep you away. Didn't want you to get dragged to the depths of hell with me, X continued. You still haven't answered my question, Elise said. X blushed a little, feeling slightly embarrassed at what he was about to admit, looking directly at the lady. Well, I've never really been in female company besides the few times I was around Iris, when she was our spotter or when she was with Zero. The only company I'm really used to is Zero and XO nowadays, and, well, they're guys, the blue bomber said. Even though Zero could be mistaken for a girl at times, Elise said jokingly. Oh, that's just horrible. This is my best friend you're talking about, X said. X tried to keep a stern stare on the spar, but finally he couldn't maintain a straight face, and the two of them started laughing. But do mine. Zero and X had patrolled a seemingly empty mine. The two had been there for at least an hour and a half, and hadn't seen or heard anything. Maybe something was wrong on this one, Zero, X said quietly. No, they're here somewhere. I can feel it, Zero said. The two continued quietly on until at last they heard voices echoing the shaft. The master will be pleased, came an odd, stern, commanding type of voice. Quickly go, Valet. We must make haste before those accursed hunters show up, said a sultry, seductive female voice. I agree. Black Snapper and Silver Gallant, you two will carry the cargo. The rest of you return to base and prepare for the next phase of the master's plan, and hopefully by then Red Blade will have taken care of our other little problem. Go, Valet, the one with the commanding voice said. Zero and Axel heard 3 teleport sounds as the others apparently left the mine. Okay, Axel, let's go welcome our guests, Zero said. The Crimson Kill and the younger Reploid stopped the shaft they were in and came face to face with Black Sniper and Pacific Gallant. Who are you? Silver Gallant asked with uninterest in his voice. I am the one who's going to try you, and this is my partner, Zero said. Ah, Maverick Hunter Zero and Axel, I presume, Black Sniper said. The two put down the capsule-like item they were carrying and faced the 2 hunters drawing their weapons. We have orders to eliminate you on sight, Silver Gallant said, producing a large energy lance. Black Sniper had finished, and Zero could only mention a word or two as he drew the Sea Saber and charged Silver Gallant. The two engaged in a duel with the Silver Reploid proving to be a worthy adversary for the Red Death. As those two dueled it out, Axel was avoiding shots from the hidden Black Sniper, while he himself was trying to snipe the sniper. The only problem was he couldn't seem to locate him. Silver Gallant grew tired of what he perceived to be a mindless fight, brought his right hand down hard on Zero and bashed the Crimson Kill in the head. The force of the hit caused Zero to fall forward, and Silver Gallant brought his foot up hard and cut the blonde-haired Reploid with the kick that sent him spiraling across the ground. Zero! Axel called out, turning his gaze toward the fallen Zero. That was fate for him, because as soon as Axel broke concentration, a bullet found its way into X's helmet crystal with such force it threw him to the floor as well, and he landed beside Zero. Too easy, Silver Gallant said. I'm really disappointed. With all the hype behind these 200s, I expected an actual challenge, Black Sniper said. Let's finish them, Silver Gallant said. However, to their dismay and surprise, the two unconscious hunters teleported out. How? Silver Gallant questioned. It matters not. Their time will come soon enough, Black Sniper said. Yes, I suppose it will, my old friend, Silver Gallant said, deciding to let the issue go. Silverton Park. As X and Alien enjoyed the picnic and each other's company, the people started running around screaming in terror at Philae, judging them for their peace. That can't be good, X said. That's when a giant red Reploid the likes he had never seen before showed up. He was easily a good 4 to 5 feet taller than Zero, and he had large spikes coming out of his elbows and knees, and on his belt all the way around were different sabers of different types. The Blue Bomber and the Spider got to their feet. Who are you? X said, putting himself in front of Alia. I am Red Blade, and I have orders to execute you, Mega Man, the giant Reploid said. X, you know you can't fight right now, Alia warned. The Southern Hunter hesitated, hearing Alia's worried undertone. After finding a brief inner struggle with himself, X called on his armor. X, think of the patches Gate installed when he and Hydra repaired you. You can't fight right now. If you do, one of the patches may fail, Alia said in a hard tone, trying to get X to reconsider. Then, with one flow motion, unseen by the untrained eye, Red Blade grabbed two of his sabers and activated them, flinging 2 beams of energy at the Blue Bomber. X grabbed Alia and put her out of harm's way. The Spider noticed this simple effort took a lot out of X, and then alone told her that X wasn't anywhere near ready for combat. Alia, run. As soon as you do, if I go to the park so no one gets hurt. After you do, contact me and I will pull out. Don't worry, I won't fight him, but if my strength can hold out, I plan on at least giving him a run around. X said, knowing what asking her to do right now was hard for her. Alia struggled for a moment with herself, and if she really wanted to leave X's side, right? Finally realized she would be more of a danger to him, she begrudgingly agreed, trusting the Blue Bomber to do what he said and ran off. What do you want from me? X said, stalling. Your order until destruction as ordered by my master, Red Blade replied. Why me? XX, trying to buy the Spider and himself as much time as possible. It's not just you, Mega Man. It's your 2 friends as well, Red Blade said. Zero and Axel? X questioned. By now they should be disposed of, Red Blade said, trying to taunt X into attacking him. No, if anything, they've eliminated whatever you set up for them, X said firmly, a hint of anger underlying his voice. X, all civilians are clear, came Alias's voice. Red Blade noticed that X had gotten distracted by something and took advantage. He again threw the 2 energy beams from his sabers, and this time they connected, knocking X to the ground. X quickly and slowly got to his feet as Red Blade started to move toward him. Warning, patch XT4 has ripped. Major energy drain. Cannot contain. Systems critical, X's internal systems warned. X watched as Red Blade prepared for another attack on him, feeling his life literally draining out of him. He knew he couldn't afford to get hit by another attack, so he thought quickly. Well, this was a quaint little chat. Let's not do it again, X said, quickly teleporting out. The Blue Bomber hated to run from a fight, but in his current state, especially with the patch rip, he knew he didn't stand a chance against his Red Blade. Perfect Hunter Headquarters, Medical Bay. After all of the hunters had managed to make it back to the headquarters, Alia went off to report his sickness to what had occurred at the park, knowing X was in capable hands with Hydro. While in for his repairs, X explained to the medic about how he had come under attack by a maverick known as Red Blade and how the patch had ripped. The Blue Bomber had then asked to be updated on what happened to Zero and Axel. Hydra explained while she worked that the two had somehow teleported at the mine while still unconscious. How they had managed to do it was a mystery to everyone, and no one could come up with a possible explanation outside of dumb luck or some sort of freak accident. Hydra also explained that after Duo woke, they told her they had fought against 2 Reploids named Silver Gallant and Black Sniper. When Hydra finished bringing X up to date on his friends and fixed his other battle damage, Hydra went to work on his patch. Good thing for X, Get had left instructions on repairing X's patches should something happen to them, and with them, the medical chief was able to get the one that ripped fixed before any real damage was caused. When the repairs were done on him, X left with the thanks to Hydra. The Blue Bomber decided to walk about the headquarters quietly to do some thinking. He found himself thinking about his fight with Red Blade, and the second hand retelling Zero and Axel's encounter with Silver Gallet and Black Sniper. 3 random reploids, 2 of which that had found something in Baldra Mine, had been a match for the 3 of them. That alone troubled him, and he didn't even know yet the full story of his friend's encounter in the mine. After a while, and realizing that thinking on these recent events would get him nowhere right now, he headed for his room in the 17th unit's quarters. Much to his surprise, Ailey was there waiting for him. As he walked in, X knew he was in trouble. Ailey glared at the blue Reploid long and hard as he, trying to for her gaze, opened up his castle. He knew she was mad at him, which made him realize he had to do something about this sooner rather than later. Not giving the spider a chance to rebuke him, he went to speak. Okay, Aelia, it's time I actually started the repair process, X said. After a moment, Aelia let out a sigh, and her face went soft, and she nodded at her hunter, realizing that yelling him or antagonizing him right now over what happened wouldn't help things. Getting into his capsule, X activated the appropriate and still working internal programs needed to repair himself. I'm going to stay here for now if you don't mind, Aelia said softly. X smiled and nodded at her. Of course, I will feel better knowing you're right here with me, X said thankful he had managed to avoid her ire for now. Ada watched as X took closest capsule and shut himself down so his sisters could go to work. The spider watched over him while he sat waiting for the okay from his assistant to reactivate the reploid she had fallen in love with. After a day of the other hunter being still in his capsule, and no rest for Aelia, who took the time to catch up on reports, a flash went off at the computer terminal. She was near stating his report payouts were completed. Aelia, instead of waiting for his automatic reactivation systems to kick in, walked over to Ax's capsule, opened it, and reactivated him. The blue bomber slowly started about at first, but then came to his full senses. Part 1 is finished, but sensors have done all they could. I am in a little better shape, but they only fix minor things. Now I just have to locate one of Fly's capsules. Can you scan the area for me and see if any new ones have showed up? X asked. Eli nodded and started the search, knowing what energy signatures to look for. X stood behind the spider watching her work. He also took notes of how tired she looked, realizing she must have stayed with him the entire time, and refused to rest herself while he got plenty of it. The unseen hunter paraded himself for asking her to do this right now. By the way, Cygnus asked me to inform you when you awoke he wanted to see you, Sierra, and Axel. Aelia said tiredly. X frowned a little, not wanting to leave Aelia right now. The spider knew X probably saw how tired she was and would try to protest, but she didn't want him to worry about her right now, so she thought of a way to get him out for now. This would take a while, so you should probably go on ahead and take care of that, Aelia said softly. Slightly frustrated, X listened to Aelia and turned to leave. I will be back soon, the blue bomber said. I hope so, the spider said laughingly. After he left the room, X contacted Zero and Axel and told them he was on his way to the command chamber. X figured the other two had most likely been informed of this meeting by now and didn't feel he needed to tell them. When X arrived at the command chamber, he noticed his friends had beaten him there. With a nod at the 3 hunters, Cygnus decided to get down to why he had called them for a meeting. We did a little dig on the group that attacked you 3 yesterday, Cygnus said. What did you find? X asked. Not too much, sadly. We found out they just recently appeared, and some surviving witness accounts say they go by the head hunters, or H-hunters for short, Cygnus replied. This is going to turn to a headache, isn't it? X asked, looking between his 2 friends and the commander. Unfortunately, it would seem so, the commander-in-chief answered. Another one bites the dust. On or good or bad, I don't care.